goes. Indigos were on the list. Humans were on the list. Illuminati, only competing types, were on the list. All right? They were using targeted sonics to create earthquakes, to create natural disasters, to see how far they could go with it. This was all being done covertly. And some of the military people that found out that things like this were actually going on and tried to do something about it vanished conveniently. They would be taken out. They would literally disappear. All of a sudden they got assigned someplace on active duty and got killed. Can't find the body. You know, or got blown up in a helicopter. No body left. Just a little bit of ashes or some bones. There have been things going on beneath the surface of this that have been horrendous. They've been really horrible. And we've been living a little American dream bubble as if everything's okay. That's what I think, for at least like in Europe and things like that, people from Europe, they've seen a lot. Their governments have been around for a very, very long time. And the people, I've just, like, with Michael and the people I've met by being over in England with Michael, they're just a lot more aware in certain ways. They're not as easy to put one over on. They don't have any more left of that little bit of innocence that somebody says, oh, well, it's this way. They don't know, they say, okay, is it? All right, I'll listen. What do you have to say? Here, we're going to, okay. And if it's something that sounds good and really plays our heartstrings, and our government says it, there's still it's like a knee-jerk reaction from a lot of America, where because we want to feel that what we're believing in is really true, we will believe it, even when it isn't. And that it's like taking a child that still trusts you and misleading that child and letting the child think you're doing something good for it when you're really like leading it off a cliff. That's what's been going on here. So I think this type of material is more, it's harder, I think, probably for American audiences more than anybody else, because we've been spared from any visible sign of fighting for a very long time. We've had nothing to worry about except for like becoming 30-something and having a nice house and maybe becoming a yuppie and being able to have a decent job and, you know, basic stuff, feeding your kids. You know, what we feed our kids here in a day would support families over in impoverished countries for a month. We've had this ability to become very trivial because there was nothing of huge importance that threatened us in any way, that we had to do anything but kind of like indulge ourselves, which was good. It gave us a time to kind of explore and stretch and learn things. But when you find that kid that was allowed to play, and they think they're in a safe playground, and all of a sudden they find out that there's a bunch of terrorists with guns pointing at that playground, who's going to be more prepared to deal with it? The people who have been watching buildings blow up